Okay, so there is someone that is like right across from me in like another apartment, like on their deck, and if they look in, they're gonna think I'm crazy. Hello everybody, it is Dingle here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing super duper well. Guys, I'm back at you with another video, and this time it's to answer a lot of your all's burning questions actually. I love when you guys ask questions about how do you handle this, or this is happening in my life, how would you do that? Like, I actually really love giving advice just based on like things that I've either lived through or things that I've discovered throughout my short time on this earth. Specifically, I'm going to be answering your questions on how I deal with stress, or specifically stressful days, and how I calm myself down. So I'm just gonna share 3 really simple, easy tips just in case you guys want to use them. If you all resonate with these tips or have some of your own, please comment them down below. I'm always game for trying new things, and also if we could just share things that we found that worked for us throughout our little community here as part of the Dingles, then that would be really fun to share with each other. Real quick before we get into it, if you are new here and are just seeing my face now, hello, my name is Dingle. It is so nice to meet you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button before you leave. If you like videos such as this, we also play Sims, and I just started playing Stardew Valley, so I'm kind of a lifestyle gaming nerd. So if that's something that you're into, subscribe, and everyone, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up before you leave. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So these 3 things that I'm about to share have been kind of like curated, and I've tried different things over the past 2 to 3 years, and these 3 have proved to work for me the best. So that's why they kind of made it into this video. I think I'll start with the very most recent one, and it truly has been only like 2 to 3 weeks. So I will always update you guys on my videos or my Instagram and stuff on how this is going, but I have found that it is working so well, and that is my diffuser. How cute is it? It is so cute. It's like a blush pink stone one. My mom sent this to me, so shout out mom to you. This is like the cutest little diffuser I've ever seen in my life. But basically, if you guys don't know what diffusers are, they are to diffuse essential oils throughout your home, and there's so much research that has gone into essential oils and their healing properties, whether that be topical, so applying it right to areas of your skin, but you can also diffuse them through a diffuser, almost like candles, but some candles or most candles have a lot of negative ingredients in them that could actually harm you in the long run. And there are so many oils that do different things, either help you with sleep or help you with stress. I personally have been using the Young and Living oils, and I use cedarwood to help me fall asleep, and I use I think it's literally called like stress relief or calming or something like that. And what I'll do during particularly stressful days or nights, I'll put a couple drops of that stress calming one in the diffuser, and then when I still feel like I want to continue diffusing throughout my home, I'll bring this into my bedroom and put a couple drops of cedarwood, and that helps me fall asleep and just like stay calm throughout the night. I actually tried cedarwood for the very first time one night, and I had slept better than I have slept in a really long time. I thought that was just placebo, so then I tried it the very next night just to make sure, and the same thing happened. I woke up I think around like 4:30 or 5, and then I was just able to like drift right back off to sleep. It was awesome, so highly recommend is my short answer. The next method I would say is super tried and true for me. I have been using this method truly for the past 2 to 3 years, and it is my Headspace app. I know the past couple of things that I've just mentioned were in my favorites of 2018, but some of these go back way farther than that. What I love so much about this app, not sponsored whatsoever, none of this stuff is sponsored by the way, it truly is just stuff that I love. What I love most about this app is I had no idea the benefits of meditation, or I never thought that I could be a person to meditate, especially with my thoughts going like 70 miles an hour. I could never picture myself just sitting down and meditating and like staying calm. But what's so great about it is that there are so many different levels that you can choose from, whether you're super experienced at meditating, but there's also a ton, again, all over the spectrum of like beginner and like super not beginner. So they literally tell you when you're starting like when to take a deep breath, when to take your second deep breath, what you should be focusing on, you know, doing a body scan starting with your head all the way to your neck, all the way to your shoulders. Like, it is very easy to fall in love with meditating when someone is really guiding you through it. When I am on top of meditating, which I am pretty good right now actually, if I do pat myself on the back with this one, I meditate once in the morning, whether it's when I first wake up or when I get into work, I'll meditate. And it's usually something on like one of the tracks I'm doing. So there's a basic beginner track that I did at the very beginning. It's like 30 sessions. So just every day I would do one of those and it would tell you a goal to focus on in the day. So anyway, I do once in the morning, and then at night I will probably do like a wind down exercise, because not only do they have tracks, they also have singles. You can go into the singles and you can decide like what you want to do, and there's like a section that's called like falling asleep and waking up, for example. You can go and do like, you know, the falling back to sleep. You can do the sleep one, which puts you to sleep, and it's just really great. There have been times where I've woken up in the middle of the night and just clicked on the whole falling back to sleep one, and it works like a charm for me. So I know I've rambled about this, but between like the actual tracks they have with a specific goal in mind for the end of those tracks to just singles to do throughout your day, it's so good. I would highly recommend it, and trust me, I know meditation can sound intimidating, but with this app, it made it very easy for me to dive into it. And then the last one I would say is probably like a year old kind of in my book, and that is podcasts. I started listening to podcasts about a year ago, but more so on and off, and I've really gotten into them now. And why I've loved podcasts so much is like when there is silence, or when I am just like alone or walking with like my own thoughts and I don't have something to focus on in the background, you know, my brain will go all over the place. Again, it'll just think about like the what ifs and worries and all of that stuff, just won't stay very present. So what I found with podcasts is they are so great. Like literally whenever I'm either cooking dinner, which doesn't happen a lot, Jack actually cooks the dinner here, but whether I am cooking dinner by myself, or I am washing dishes, or I'm going on a walk, very like mundane routine task, I love putting on podcasts. They're so interesting, especially if you find one that you really love and you just get so immersed in it that it just like helps you stay within that while you're doing a task, and I've really loved that. So a couple podcasts that I've really loved recently that I've found is the What We Said podcast by JC Marie and her best friend Chelsea. They are flippin' hysterical. Whenever I talk about this podcast, it's literally like you are sitting in a room with like two best friends, and they're just like kind of going back and forth, saying like inside jokes and like laughing, but also talking about really positive stuff. They'll have people on their podcast to talk about like how to see the light when it's really hard, when things feel really dark. And they'll also just have things like, you know, their favorite skincare products, and have a skincare expert on the podcast to talk about that stuff. I've loved every episode so far. I'm only on like episode like 15, I want to say, of like 30 something, but I almost don't want to catch up so that I can always have a podcast to listen to. And then the other one I just found was from the woman that wrote The Happiness Project. This woman vowed to take a year to improve her happiness. She found that she was not happy, and she found that there must be simple ways in order to make herself see happiness and be happy, and no matter what your circumstances are, and it's all about like switching your mindset to it. And I had no idea that she had a podcast until like a couple weeks ago, so I've been listening to that one as well. Those are just like my two favorites. But something that I've loved to do, it kind of goes along with the podcast situation, is every morning on the weekends, because I can't wake up pre-work to go on a walk. But every morning on the weekends, I have been going on a walk when I first wake up, like no matter what. I grabbed my headphones, I've grabbed my water, and I just put on a What We Said podcast or a meditation first if I'm feeling like a walking meditation, because they have those singles in there too. I'll just put on a podcast, I'll get outside, I'll bundle up if it's cold, or you know, I'll sit in the sun if there is some here in Seattle. I will just get lost in a podcast. It's a really great routine, and the podcasts like really make me look forward to hopping out of bed and going for a walk. It's really calming for me. Those are the three main things I wanted to mention, but kind of as like a bonus one, I think I want to mention this as well. It just popped into my head now. Kind of more so about like worrying thoughts and what if thinking. I've watched a lot of videos and I've learned a lot through the meditation app that I use. Just wanted to share kind of like what I tell myself when my brain goes down that like what if path and worrying about the future and worrying about things that I think are happening like right now. Is if you're caught up in like ruminating thoughts, or like, you know, what if thinking, or something that just happened in the past, or something that you're worried about happening in the future. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about, but what has really helped me is just like one simple phrase. It's not happening right now. Pausing and just truly looking at the situation. And it's like, I am worrying about something that is not happening right this moment. So why am I worrying about it if 1, I can't change it, 2, it's not happening, and 3, if it does happen, if by chance it does happen, why am I worrying about it now? Why don't I just worry about it when it comes? We will cross that bridge when we get there. It's not happening right now. Don't have to worry about it right now. I know that sounds like really simple, or it might not work for some people, but it's worked for me, so I just wanted to share that with you all, because when my mind just starts like going crazy and I start thinking about like, worrying about like what's gonna happen tomorrow, what's gonna happen here, or what if this person does this, it's not happening right now, and it's really calming for me, so I just wanted to share that with you. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any other tips on how you de-stress, make sure to share them with all of us down below. If you're new, don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you go. Everybody give this video a big thumbs up before you leave, and I will catch all of you all in my next video. I'll see you later. Bye!